Elton Hollis is the owner of Hol-Tech Resources LLC, and he's on the line here just now. How are you doing today?
Doing well. How about yourself, Toby?
Yep, I'm doing smashing. Now, can you just tell us a little bit about your company, first of all, and what you do?
Yeah, so I'm with Hol-Tech Resources. I've owned them since 2014. And basically what we do is general safety consulting.
Yeah.
So what we'll do is we'll problem solve for anybody that has any safety problems in the industry, help them do training and such as that.
Yeah. And why do you think this type of thing is important to do?
Well, in the construction industry, especially in the industrial world that we deal with here in our area of Texas, what we'd like to do is we'd like to get our employees and our team members home safely with a little money in their pocket and better off at the end of the day. And that doesn't happen if you don't have safety at the forefront of it.
Oh, yeah, that's true. And there's an encouraging amount of industrial construction work coming up for Texas at the moment, isn't there?
Absolutely. Just in our greater Southeast Texas area, we're tracking about $75 billion with a B. Worth of projects coming out in the next year to year and a half.
That's a big number, isn't it?
Absolutely. I wouldn't mind having just 1% of that.
Yeah, that's certainly true. And what actually got you interested in this kind of thing in the first place?
Well, I come from a long line of construction workers that have been in this area for many years, going back to my grandfather. And, you know, when you grow up in this area of Southeast Texas, it's kind of something that a lot of folks dive into.
Yeah.
And it's a lot more pronounced here in this area than anywhere else, just to the point of it being almost down to a science. Instead of industrial work and construction work being something that you do when you don't go to college, we've actually got some great institutions in this area that help prepare us for that as a career and not just as a job.
Yeah, that's the thing. Maybe people associate working in a construction industry as something you do when you didn't really do well at school, but actually there's so much to it and it's a job that is essential, so there still has to be people there to do it.
Absolutely. You know, like I had mentioned, I'm also the co-founder of the Golden Triangle Industrial Group with my business partner, the illustrious Travis Woods. You know, and it's something that we've come together in this area, not just to have another meeting, because what's worse than, you know, adding one more meeting to your day, right?
Yeah.
So what we try to do is we get the local contractors, business development folks, owners, and get them together for 1 hour because everybody's busy these days. And we just help them do business a little better. You know, we provide them with industrial project news and updates that kind of show what jobs are out there.
Yeah.
And then we also like to provide them with a little bit of learning while they're there. You know, Everybody hasn't been dealing with these industrial folks their whole career. So any kind of good information about how to pre-qualify, what we know about dealing with these certain refineries, we like to help them out with that as well.
And how do you actually become a member of the Golden Triangle Industrial Group?
Well, you can go to our Facebook page or our LinkedIn page as well. Or if you'd like to send me an email at ehollis@holtechresources.com. What we'd like to do is we like for you guys to come out and try the first meeting for free. Make sure you like it, make something, see if you can make something of it and meet some folks that's good for your business. And then after that, for $400 for a year, you get 11 meetings. And also we host some golf tournaments and fishing tournaments that our members can come out to free of charge and hand out business cards and shake some hands.
Yeah. And are there any requirements in order to join, or is it very much an open place?
Well, we'd like for everybody to come out and understand that, you know, sometimes when you hear the word industrial, you think that you have to be a really large company. And that's not true. There's several rings of this business, even though it's the construction folks, the main construction folks that make the most money. this money spreads out even down to the places that provide breakfast for the contractors or the folks that provide the materials that the contractors buy.
Yeah.
Everybody in the surrounding community can benefit from this group and from the industrial projects that are out there.
Yeah, absolutely. And of course, one thing in business is helping each other out to become successful. Do you think that's important?
Oh, it's my favorite part, Toby.
Yeah.
It's something that I learned many years ago with my father and my grandfather. My grandfather used to plant a 5-acre garden, and there wasn't but about 5 of us, so I didn't understand why we planted 5 acres. And I would see him give away 90% of it. And I didn't really understand until I had children of my own and got in this business. Man, everybody out there, whether it's the smartest person in the world, they could be having a bad day, and just reaching out and visiting and talking with him, or a smile or something like that, it can change the whole persona.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yep. The other thing is that it's been one of the most important lessons that I've learned is my business partner that I mentioned earlier, Travis, he has a saying out there that, and this is a Texas double negative statement, so this isn't proper English, but he has a saying, and it's, you don't never know who you're being nice to.
Yeah.
And it's true, man. You don't always understand what somebody's title is, but if you treat everybody with respect and always reach out with a helping hand, it's going to come back to you eventually. And usually it comes back 3 or 4-fold at least.
Absolutely, yeah. And in terms of the business, how do you think it's going to grow as the years go by? And what are your plans for the short term?
Well, I think the short term goals that we're looking at for the Golden Triangle Industrial Group is just trying to ease everyone through this supply chain issue that we're dealing with now. There's still a lot of projects going, still a lot of things happening. So what we plan on doing is trying to bring some guest speakers in that can help alleviate some of those challenges, as well as providing them with information on different strategies to be able to help folks master this challenge.
Yeah.
And then far as long-term goals, it's always something we've done since we started with Travis and I. And that's just always trying to get better and always staying in touch with what the needs of our members are.
Yeah, definitely. Well, where can we keep up to date with the company, Hol-Tech Resources LLC, if we're interested in everything you do? Okay.
Well, if you'll go to Facebook, it's at Safety Training Pro. That's the best way to keep up with Hol-Tech. Man, I tell you, one of the greatest things I've been excited about is recently I've joined forces with Lamar Institute of Technology out of Beaumont, Texas. And we're providing grant training for companies through the SDF COVID-19 grant, where instead of paying for safety training, businesses can actually apply for this grant, and it'll help ease the amount of money that it takes to train some of your folks. So that's probably the most exciting and up-to-date thing that I can offer for Hol-Tech at the moment.
Yeah, that sounds pretty exciting. Well, thanks
Absolutely.
for coming on today. It's been great to have you on the show.
All right, Toby. Well, I really appreciate it, man. You have a great day over there.